Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. Yo, what's up, Russell?
What's up, man? How you doing, everybody? We is
I am
back.
just glad to be here instead of having to deal with real life.
we get
Fuck
to enter
real life right now, man.
we get to enter that
God
fantasy world for
damn.
a little bit.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's been a really weird fucking couple weeks, man. I was
Yeah.
and look, last week, right? So last week, we're I was gonna jump on the hangout last week, and no shit. I went to use the bathroom, got myself a drink, and sat down on the couch, and I just sat there for a couple minutes, and I fucking fell asleep, dude. I felt so, and by the time I woke up, I didn't wake up till like 2:30 in the morning. I was just sound asleep on the couch, and I was like, well, fuck it, I don't know if they're gonna hang out or not. I'm going to bed. So
I don't know what it is, man, but like
man.
I've been getting up at like 1:30 and 5:30 on the dot every night.
Wow, like
yeah,
is something just making you wake up?
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's
like
weird, dude.
Yeah, like I went to bed. I tried to go to bed last night at like 12 something. I got off to hang out with the boys, and then fucking tried to go to bed. But fuck, man, if I couldn't get to sleep, and then I was up like fucking 3:30. I was up at 5:30. Kate got herself up at 8:30. She didn't have to be to work until noon, so like she was up hours early and shit. Like sleep has been hard to come by in this house.
Yeah, it's usually when it happens to me, I mean, it's a couple different things. I mean, one is I if somebody forgets to turn the AC down or something, I can't sleep in a house when it's too hot. Like it's got to be really cool. Like I like it really cold. And
what do you keep your AC at?
At night I like to turn it down to like 64, 65.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm pretty. I like it really chilly at night. And I'll turn it down when I get up in the morning. I'll turn it back up. I'll turn it up in the morning a little bit just to warm it up. But in the summertime, I don't have to do that because I'll put the AC up a little bit, but I'll still keep it where it's. I don't want Ray getting burned up in here, But but I don't. I just can't handle sleeping at night if it's if it's close to like even 70 or 69 or something, I'll feel hot as hell.
When me and Kate first got together, we had to help her grandmother move out of her home, and all the woman had was like a little unit in the garage. And oh my god, the house was like 90 degrees.
Oh shit.
So yeah, like Kate was there working like most of the time, and like I had to go pick her up, so it was only like a couple of nights or something that I had to sleep there. But holy fuck.
It was really hot. It was so bad.
Yeah, man. If there's sweat creeping down the crack of my ass,
that's it. I'm in trouble.
I'm going to sleep.
Same here. I can't do it. What's funny is my mom and her and my stepdad, they keep their house really fucking cold. I mean, like their shit is so cold. I mean, whenever we go up there and visit them in New York, like I have to get an extra blanket. Yeah, when we're in bed, where man and I'll be sleeping in the bed. I say, make sure you get some extra blankets for mom because, like, they'll keep it like my mom will turn the AC down to like 60 degrees. Dude. So fuck around, and it'd be colder than a motherfucker. So she even makes this cold. She makes this cold enough that I'm like, damn, I gotta make sure I gotta make sure I'm warm up in this motherfucker. But I sleep good. I sleep real good up there. I'll tell you what. I'll pass out and man, it's nice, man.
I don't know why, but yeah, either like super hot makes me like so sluggish, but I don't want to sleep.
Yeah, me too. When it's hot, I'll keep waking up, and I won't be able to stay asleep, and then I'll just like. And I'm like, I'll be groggy, but it's just like kind of like you're groggy as fuck, But you feel like you should go back to sleep and stay asleep, but I keep waking up, I get uncomfortable, and if it starts getting that way, I'll come down here and turn the fucking shit down after a while because I'm like, I ain't I can't stand this. I gotta go to sleep, But
So I guess it'd be too hot for you, but we're in Florida, and I keep it 67, 68 year round.
see, okay, here's the thing, Nick. When I lived in Florida when I was a little kid, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I remember living in some of the places we lived in. We had air conditioning and everything, but my mom, like one of the houses we lived in, living down there, we had window units.
Mm-hmm.
There's a window unit, AC, air conditioning, plus they had window units and they had like an AC system and everything, right?
Yeah.
So, but the window units were because the people that mom was renting the house from, I guess, when they wanted to make sure that because it would get so hot, they want to make sure there was extra AC in the house to keep people cool,
Yeah.
right? So my mom would blast the air conditioning like crazy, and I believe it or not, I would get cold as shit in that house. I would actually turn the air conditioning off and shit. And my mom would get mad. She'd be like, "Don't turn this off," and I'm like, "I'm cold, mom." So I don't know. I it didn't bother me so much when I was a kid as much as it does as an adult, And I don't know. My son says because I put on a lot. He says you just got fat, Dad. Fat guys don't handle heat, Dad. I just started laughing. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Even though RG doesn't like it hot either. RG's a cold weather person.
Yeah.
He doesn't care for heat, So he's definitely not a this is not his thing. And Selena Vega is wearing a really fucking cool ring attire. I love it. She's got like the Puerto Rican flag, colors and shit, and she's got her hair. Oh man, it's funny. She's like hot, dude. It's a hot little thing, man. I like Selena Vega. She's like little cutie pie.
She's in the new LWO, right?
Yes, she is. Yep. And she came down. She's like wearing this like stars and bars kind of outfit, with not really stars and bars, but it's like, dude, it looks like it's a U.S. flag, but got the one star with the stripes,
Yeah, the
Puerto Rican flag and everything. But and then her hair color is blue with the
pretty cool. It is pretty cool, man, for Puerto Rican people that they're having a friggin' pay-per-view in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
With Bad Bunny.
Yep.
Damian Priest, the LWO, Rey Mysterio,
Yeah.
Dom, that is pretty freaking cool.
It is. It's pretty awesome. They're gonna they had the Io Sky match against Bianca Belair was first. Man, they were cheering for Io Sky, man. They weren't cheering for Bianca Belair.
Yeah,
like,
Bianca won.
Wow.
I didn't watch any of it.
Of course, Bianca won. Ugh. I feel like they're never gonna take the belt off that chick.
Dude, I like her. She's fucking cool.
No, she's okay. I just say she's a boring champion. She's okay when she's not the champion. When she's the champion, I think she's so dull. Yeah. I wish she was a heel again. I want her to be a heel. When she was in NXT, she was nasty in NXT, dude. She beat the fuck out of people with that hair. Oh my god, hair whip she had. Oh man, it was so cool to watch that. She was just so brutal. I loved it. And now they've got her she's a hardcore face, but she's just a boring face. I don't know, but maybe. Eventually they'll have her drop it. I'm sure they'll have her drop it to somebody. I'm waiting to see who the next big deal that's coming up is going to be. And because at this point, they're not. I don't see them putting the belt on. And they may put a belt back on Charlotte again. I don't know. Charlotte doesn't need it. She doesn't need the championship anymore. Neither does Bayley. They're so established. They just don't need the title. They've got all these accolades. They don't need it. So I always tend to feel like they got to put the belt on some of the up and rising younger stars,
The weird thing is Charlotte is gone a lot.
I know she's supposed to be coming back in a month or so. That's what
but the thing is even while she's gone, everybody talks about her. She's so saturated, and it's yo, calm down.
And see what you just said is why she definitely doesn't need the world title. She does not need to have a strap around her at all because she's talked about so much when she's not even around. Still think about her, and she's still in, and it's weird. It's weird.
Pull him out of here. Horse out. Come on. Jesus cow. Sorry.
Did he scare you?
Fuck yeah, big motherfucker. Smells like he farted while he was in their doorway too. Fucking crop duster. God damn.
He laid it on you. Close the door real quick. Oh,
It's like
she
living with a fucking chimpanzee. I'm afraid he's gonna eat my fucking face.
or a teenager. I mean, I don't know. It's
Yeah. Dude, okay.
Oh man.
I'm a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, when I was a teenager, I ate a lot more. I used to, on Friday nights, I would get 2 of those Dominator pizzas from Domino's, and I would house those in one night.
God, don't I remember those motherfuckers? God damn.
But I made fucking cube steaks tonight. You know what
Yeah.
cube steaks are, right?
Uh-huh.
So we had fucking cube steak sandwiches. So I had 2 fucking nice cube steak sandwiches. So did he.
Oh yeah.
Then 30 minutes later, hey Dad, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, Cal, go ahead, have some seconds. I turn around and look at his plate. He's got 2 more.
Boys eating, man. That's teenagers. Seeing teenagers eat a ton of food, dude. You know how that is. They pack that shit away, man. That's crazy. They're growing and shit. They're burning energy like a motherfucker, you know? I don't know. It's
great protein right to that boy.
Yeah, I remember when RJ was like, I think I didn't notice it until he was about 15 or 16. Like Anna would get like 2 pizzas. One was for him. The other pizza was for all the rest of us. He would eat a whole pizza, man, easily by himself, and I'm like, God damn, dude. And I mean, I can eat, but I don't think I can eat a whole pizza anymore. I can't do that shit now, you know. When I was a teenager, I probably could though. So,
he's got pretty good taste for a teenager too, man. Like, his birthday was this past week, so thank his grandparents for taking us to Longhorn. I love that fucking place.
Oh, nice.
So I was the asshole that got the Outback ribeye, the fucking 30-ounce fucking ribeye. I'm like, give me that shit.
Enjoy it, man. Yeah.
Cal got the salmon, and he loves their salmon.
Does he really? Oh, that's good. Salmon's good for you, man. That's good to eat. That's good eating right there. Oh, nice.
I don't know. Like, I'm weird as fuck. I have a thing. I can't eat freshwater fish.
Really? Some I know people that don't really enjoy it. I've had people say that it doesn't have it's missing a flavor.
Salmon,
saltwater
salmon,
fish,
just ooh. And
Anna
the other one,
like
trout. No, sir. No.
Anna can't. Anna says it's just she thinks salmon has a weird bland and weird. Like she's like, she wants to say to me, she goes like it's flavorless to her. She doesn't like it, and I'm like, I don't know. I think there's plenty of flavor, but whatever. I think it's cool though to eat like salmon. Good for him. Shit, I didn't like salmon when I was his age. I could say now I would, I would eat. I was like that when I was younger too. I liked ocean, maybe saltwater fish more than I did freshwater. But I didn't really start liking salmon until I was in my 20s. And that kind of, and then trout and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so. I didn't start liking sushi until I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
Kate loved sushi, and like it pained her because like she couldn't have sushi while she was with me because I didn't eat it.
Yeah. It was kind of like that for me in my 20s as well. That's when I kind of got introduced to it, and. At first, I couldn't get around, eating it, and then I tried it. Yeah. People talk me into it. You try it, and you're like, God damn, that's really good. It's tasty, man.
Like, I got into it. Like I got brought into it really easy. Kate was real smart about it, so she started me with like California rolls and shrimp tempura.
There you go. Yeah, the ones that aren't. Yeah, it's not so. Yeah, it's not so crazy. Yeah.
And then I started branching out from there, and now I'll eat sashimi and all that.
Sashimi's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
What's your favorite sashimi?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite.
Oh man, I like that white fatty tuna, the Escalar.
You like that?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a favorite.
Ooh. I like the
I just.
tuna. I like the tunas.
So are you? I mean, do you tend to stick with tuna, like sushi with that tuna in it, or is it
Nah, man, I'll branch out into everything. I love even like crazy, stupid rolls with like jalapenos on them and shit. You know,
nice? Yeah.
I'm one of those assholes that'll fucking eat anything.
I, I know I had some sushi that had it was like it was weird. It was like a white fish sushi,
Uh huh.
and it wasn't bad, but I kind of felt like it was too. I don't know, it was a rare time that I would have sushi, and I go, that was really plain. Yeah, it wasn't for me. So I don't know. I had some good sauces. I love teriyaki, and have
Oh,
a little
dude,
teriyaki
eel
dipping sauce.
sauce.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. It's good shit, dude.
And that was the other thing that I got into was eel.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh eel. Yeah, I've never had eel before.
Eel's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
You going to Bakan?
I'm gonna try. I'm trying. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
me
kind of see.
too.
The problem I have with Bakan right now is where the hotel is compared to where they're having Bakan.
Uh huh.
And the one hotel that's the closest to it is on the other side of the interstate. And there's no real way to walk to it. There's no shuttles that go back and forth to it. And you have to drive kind of like down the road this way to go around the interstate to have a road that goes like under the interstate or something, and then and drive back up. And it's like $20 a pop to park there.
Mm.
And when I go to a convention, I like being able to go back to my room periodically and drop shit off and stuff,
Yeah.
or just go back. You know what I mean? So and they're having it at this mall, which I think is a cool idea for the venue. But I just wish that I'm shocked that they don't. But the hotel's not more accessible. I would say easier.
Okay.
So
Like, I don't know how you feel about it, but this is how I feel.
yeah.
I'm done with the convention aspect of it.
Well, you're just going there to hang out and meet people. I get you. But I still like go. I still like to go to the convention for the convention
Yeah.
aspect of it. I love hanging out with people, but I do like to go there and check everything out, and it's cool and all. But it's like, I mean, I'm buying stuff. I don't buy very much,
Yeah.
or I wouldn't buy much at all because it's
Like I will say this, that I will, if as long as I end up going, I will buy one day ticket at least, just so
Yeah.
like I can support Aggie.
right, and that's kind of why I might go up. I mean, I might just what I could do is just go and then just park and stay there all day, because it's on a mall. There's food places all over the place. From what I understand, there's
Hell yeah.
plenty of. So you don't got it. You could stay there and not leave and be fine.
I'm
You
gonna
know, so
I'm gonna get my thermos going again.
and that's the other thing.
That was true. That was crucial in Baltimore, man. That was
Yeah.
complete pregame. Was that thermos, man? I put fucking vodka and cranberry in this like 64-ounce thermos
That is
with
so
fucking
good.
ice in it, and just fucking carried it around all day, and it was stayed icy cold. The ice didn't melt.
That's awesome, man. Shit, yeah. I love vodka. God, you were drinking on my favorite fucking.
And like it was shitty, but for whatever reason, I loved the little lemon drop vodka at Baltimore. That shit was fucking awesome.
Nice.
Like, yeah, it was like swag liquor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just hit right at that time.
But sometimes that shit just tastes good, and it's not. And it's not. You're like, fuck it.
Oh man, I was actually talking to Lowry through fucking Messenger today.
Yeah.
And because we were talking about Baltimore, it reminded me, dude, he got those fucking fries with the crab and like cheese sauce.
Those loaded ass fries. Oh man.
Oh my god,
that sounds amazing,
so, like,
dude.
Dude, they were so rich. Oh, but they were good.
Yeah, that's got to be incredible, man.
Um,
Fucking man, in Maryland, they'll throw everything. They'll throw crap on anything, dude. Don't give a shit. It's that go-to, man. I remember I lived down in Southern Maryland, and I was always,
I'm surprised the Ravens weren't the Crabs or some shit.
yeah, really, that's for sure. I just remember crabbing was like something that you just everyone did, and you either did it on if you were lucky enough to have a boat, you could go out on your boat, and if you're lucky enough to have some crab, some crab traps, you go out and put them out. Sometimes, or for me, I would just a couple traps. We had this crappy ass pier that went out way into the ocean it went out about maybe 30 feet, and a little. Maybe it was about maybe 3 feet across, and just out 30 feet. I would just lay them out there and tie them to the pier. Come back later on, and then maybe I'd have a few of them in there. I don't always catch a lot, you just catch a few,
Yeah.
but it was enough to take them home and cook them motherfuckers up. Make me good to go.
Oh man.
My mom would laugh at me. She'd say, "The only person I know that I'd come home with like 5 crabs and be happy." Yeah.
The only time I had ever done crabs was over at this dude that was basically my mentor's house. We reconnected like a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he had like the Virginia blue crabs. Or some shit like that in Newport.
Oh, dude, I know. Okay.
Yeah. And those were good, man.
Yeah.
And, like, they had a lot more meat on them than I thought they would.
Mm-hmm. You probably got some good size ones too. I mean, there's they always have the different sizes. Man, you get the big ass large or extra large motherfuckers, you pay a lot of money for that shit, especially nowadays. Yeah. Holy cow, man. But
man, I want to do a fucking crab boil or something this summer.
That'd be amazing. I want to get some crabs too. Again, I was just thinking about getting a dozen crabs just for Anna and I. We haven't sat down and ate crabs and drank beer in a long time, man. We haven't done that since before kids.
Dude, you know what I might like to do even more than crabs?
What's that?
Mussels.
Oh yeah.
You ever done mussels, man?
I've had mussels. Are you an oyster fan? Do you like raw oysters?
Nah, I can't get down with oysters.
That's another Southern Maryland tradition.
Fried oysters, yes.
Yeah. Well, you'd go down there and they had like a festival, an oyster festival, and you could buy like 20 raw 20 raw oysters, and then put them in a bag, and motherfuckers would just sit there, pop them motherfuckers open, and slurp that shit down, man. Yeah, they have different sauces you can put on it if you want to put some sauce on it,
like Tabasco and shit.
Yeah, Tabasco. Oh. The one I had was it was like a fiery barbecue sauce, and I would eat them without sauce. It's just all it is. Just like I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like eating sweet salty snot.
God damn it, Russ! I bet it was moist going down your throat.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
Revenge. Ugh. But yeah, I got so used to doing it, man. It was just shit. I know the first time I got introduced to that, I looked at motherfuckers like they were crazy. Like, just try it, you'll love it. I promise you. I'm like, all right, and I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. All right, I'll do that again. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to get like people together,
Yeah.
That's what I want to do this summer, is try to get people together. Especially I think some people around here can't make it to BotCon.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I can do something like a little bit before there that isn't going to cost people anything, get people together down here, I think that might be fucking cool.
It's pretty badass. Yeah. Not bad. Shit. And then they used to do shrimp, big shrimp boils down there, and they'd buy pounds and pounds of shrimp, and just
Yeah.
cook these fucking shrimp up, and you have a
With
big
the
pile of shrimp.
corn and
Yes,
potatoes.
yes, all
Yes.
kinds of shit.
My brother-in-law John
Oh
did that.
man,
He's a good cook too, man. Both
they
of
would
my brother-in-laws are actually really good cooks.
they would season these shrimp up so goddamn strong with the Old
Yes.
Bay
Yep.
that you literally had to have some potato and corn there
Yeah.
to
Sop
clean
it
your
fucking up.
to clean your palate a little bit because it was insane how strong
That's
it
why I'm thinking
was.
about doing fucking mussels, because like it's just the mussels and the clarified butter.
Yeah, my favorite thing too is they would cook the shrimp, but they wouldn't take the heads off.
Oh yeah.
So I got taught. I got taught to take the head off and slurp the shit out the head.
God damn it, bro.
I'm like, I looked at I did it a couple times. Like, I ain't doing that shit no more. That's nasty, man.
Oh fuck.
I want the shrimp, man. Oh man, this is fun, dude.
Man.
Good stuff. So, So you finished Picard, right?
Yes, you did too, correct?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, we finally got through it. I know.
Right.
You might be happy. He's like, look, Russ finally finished the show. Anyway,
He's just waiting for to be let in here so he can go in on you. But,
what's he gonna go in on me for?
Hey, it's your Eagles.
Oh Christ.
But anyways, let me just lay a little groundwork here.
Let's do this.
Picard season 1 was basically about, Picard finding a new type of android after synthetic life had been banned in the Federation.
Right. Yep.
So, and there was this gigantic conspiracy that involved the Romulans, and they were trying to kill the Synthoids because of some ancient prophecy that said the Synthoids were going to kill everything.
Yep. And then remember they had the big the big Borg cube that they were like, and they were basically just like mining the Borg cube.
Yeah. The Borg have been in the background of all three, both the first seasons.
And I think it's because they're Picard's, like they're like how the Klingons were to Kirk,
Right.
They're the nemesis, the big bad nemesis, so that's why you always are gonna have them around, but
season 2 was a lot different.
Yeah, season two was kind of nuts to me. I
am a John Delancey fan, so anytime I can get Q, I'm happy.
And he's something that made it fun for me, because it's Q. But whenever you're dealing with time travel shit, I get kind of like, I don't know. I feel like you got to be careful because you can fuck shit up.
Rafi as a character was introduced in season 1.
Yes, yeah, and she's a great character.
Also, Rafi is like a security officer in Starfleet, and she started out down on her luck. Picard found her, and they started their mission together.
Right, she became Picard's new number 1 after Riker became a captain.
And then fucking 7 and 9 was a ranger, basically out on the frontiers of the Federation, bringing law to people.
Right, she basically was just going and catching motherfuckers they're just galactic criminals, like intergalactic criminals and shit,
Then season 2, Q is dying. Is basically what happens, and he's like, "Yo, fuck you, Picard. Your trial never ended.
Right.
I find you, inadequate. You have to do a penance to fucking, make sure the human race lives. And because you've been such an asshole to me, I'm going to show you the worst imaginable iteration of your life possible."
Yeah, man. It's fucking nuts, man.
Where fucking Picard was like this fucking genocidal maniac.
Yeah, man, he wiped out like fucking races of fucking
he had a hall of skulls that had like Gul Dukat and General Martok's skull.
Yeah, which I thought that was kind of neat. I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. But
and so that remember all ended up
and 7 of 9 was like the fucking president or something. She was like the Federation, like the Federation leader, but it was like the Federation
Yeah,
turned
like
in like
she was the president, and Picard was like the general in charge of Starfleet.
Yeah. He like had he ran the military, and she it was crazy, dude. Oh my god.
He was like this old, inept, like crazy genocidal maniac.
Yeah, that's what he turned into. Yep.
It was great.
Yeah, it was totally crazy. I loved how they,
and also they had Rios in both season 1 and 2.
That's true.
I
and
forgot about him. He was
season 2
awesome.
is when season 2 is when he makes his decision to
he stays in the past.
Yep, he stays in the past because he fell in love with that doctor.
Yep.
And her and her kid were there. Yeah, that's pretty badass. You know, Rios is a good character. You know, I liked him a lot, actually.
Yeah. A lot of people that have watched all 3 seasons, most people like season 3 unanimously, almost, it seems.
I feel like it's the season that kind of was
they should have gotten and everything.
Yeah, I heard somebody call it a love letter to the fans or something. I mean, kind of. Yeah.
But I've heard like mixed on both 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, see, I like season 1 a lot. I love season. It was season 2 that I was a little up and down on. I wasn't especially a huge fan of season 2.
Yeah,
I like some things.
I liked it. I liked all of it.
Yeah, so did Anna. Anna liked it all too. She was she dug season 2 a lot, and I like some things in season 2. I didn't hate the whole season. It's just time travel stuff gets on my nerves because I feel like they there's a lot of like I'm gonna use the words.
You have
lazy.
to remember all the rules of said universe because every universe has its own mode of fucking time travel and how it works.
You can't be lazy. You got to be careful being lazy about it and not keep it's just silly. It's silly, and so I mean. Yeah, it was fun to sort of see them go back in time though, and see where they. I mean, because you had Guinan, younger Guinan, which I thought was pretty fun.
Yeah. I thought that actress did very well too. I don't know her name.
I did too. I thought she was awesome, and that was kind of fun. So I mean, it was it definitely had its good stuff too with it, but this I feel like season 3 was them just basically saying, we're done, but we're gonna go out on a real high note.
I think season 3 of Picard is great. I think.
Me too.
I think through all 3 arcs,
Yeah. Well.
I think Vadic was a great villain.
Yep, me too. Yep.
Amanda Plummer was an actress or actor, however you want to say it, and whatever her pronouns are. I don't want to offend, but I mean, I thought they were amazing.
Yep. The ship was badass.
The Strike was such a cool design.
So cool, wasn't it? Oh man.
And it was cool to see a ship that kind of like filled you with like a little bit of like foreboding, It was like when you saw that ship, it was like, ooh, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're thinking, oh man, some shit's about to go down. This is gonna be it was good, man. I like there's something like an evil looking ship, a real evil, dark looking bugger. So,
and it was great how fast they established her as like a credible baddie.
Absolutely, she was no joke.
And then at the same time, they introduced the fact that she was being manipulated by somebody else.
Yeah, but see, that was interesting too because it's like, look at how much of a badass she is. And you're telling me she's got a boss? Damn, who's got her on the thumb?
So it's like Great storytelling tropes
Yeah, yeah,
done well.
agreed. I loved that they, and it was fun to have all the characters back. You
Yeah,
know, and I mean, we already had Will Wheaton show back up in season 2 at the end,
too. Yeah,
and that was fun. It was cool to see him, and his character went off on became like part of this intergalactic Watchers, where they
yeah.
kind of
The
I don't know if they're
travelers.
yeah the travelers are they like the Q continuum or kind of little. It's almost like they oversee the Q as well. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It was. They were a lot less like defined than the Q were.
Yeah, they definitely were, and their job was to keep the universe, keep all the crazy shit that can happen in the universe
To a
that's
minimum.
to a minimum, yeah, so it's just not obliterating a life all the
Yeah.
time, so um, and
So
that's
like
pretty neat.
basically to get into season 3
Yeah,
and just like explain it real quick. It starts with Beverly Crusher, the doctor from the Next Gen series. And she is on a ship and gets boarded.
yeah,
And she, you find out, is carrying with her on that ship her son.
right. Who's not Wesley Crusher?
Right. Who's considerably younger than Will Wheaton.
Absolutely,
Poor Will Wheaton.
boy.
Remind me to talk about Will Wheaton later, though.
Okay, all right.
But the thing is like, so there Vodek is behind these people that are hunting Jack Crusher,
Yep,
Beverly's son,
Beverly's son.
for some unknown reason. They
Right.
want him specifically, and they're going to get him no matter what. So she sends out a distress call to Picard. Picard gets Riker. Riker's like, "Oh, I got one last string I can pull," and they get on the new USS Titan
Right.
and go off looking for Beverly. And they find Captain Shaw. Captain Shaw is fucking awesome.
He's a really good character. Yeah, I liked him. I didn't like him at first, but he grew.
Yeah.
He got better. And of course, his first
Todd
officer.
Stashwick. Todd Stashwick
Yeah,
was amazing.
he was really good. Very good. His first
Yeah.
officer, of course, is somebody we recognize.
7 of 9.
709, who's now full on back in just in Starfleet, and
Yeah.
and yeah, I guess they've she's now a commander.
Yeah. So she's the first officer of this vessel.
Yep.
And so Riker and Picard try to sweet talk Todd Stashwick's character, Captain Shaw, into taking them to where they need to go get Beverly. And he tells them point blank, no, go fuck yourself.
Go after yourself. I'm not. That's not our orders. Our orders to go here. We're gonna go where we're supposed to go. Yeah.
So then we get battles with Vodek. We find out all sorts of stuff. Blah 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 blah. Jack has supernatural powers where he can possess people and make them do things.
Yeah, like he can control
some
people.
Organic form of telepathy. And we find out that it's related to the Borg and that the Borg are back.
Absolutely.
And and at the time they had the bad guys had stolen Picard's body from a scientific lockup.
Right.
Where it just happened to have also the person running the security was a Data type android.
Yeah.
That the crew promptly rescued. Riker gets captured. He ends up with Deanna. Worf ends up rescuing them. Vodek tries to take over the Titan, almost succeeds. Then it's bang, bang, bang. Crew's all back together. They figure out that it's the Borg. Jack goes off to try to meet the Borg Queen, and bang, we are into the fact that the Borg have been using Picard's DNA in the transporters to basically assimilate anyone under the age of 25.
Right. If you're young, you're getting the you're getting
So the whole thing was that like there was this ticking clock along the entire series where they were coming down to this big parade at what was it, Frontier Day?
Yeah, Frontier Day, where we're gonna put on
the entire
big
fleet
display and stuff. Yeah,
where the entire fleet was going to be at Earth. Well, that's when the Borg decided to send their signal with Jack and assimilate everyone in Starfleet under 25.
Yep. So so
they took over everything.
Yep. They took over every ship. And yeah, it was quite a mess.
So
and we haven't mentioned, by the way, Jack is Picard's son.
Yes, Jack Crusher is Picard's son.
Yeah, him and Beverly Crusher hooked up.
She ran because she was afraid that she couldn't protect him from Picard's enemies.
Right. Because Picard has made a lot of enemies throughout the enemies who might seek his kid to again maybe either kidnap his kid or kill his kid or whatever to get revenge on him. So yeah, kind of thing.
And so another conceit of the series is that the fleet right now is all automated,
which is crazy to me.
Through fleet mode. So the old guys have to go and find a ship that is not
a new ship,
not connected to the fleet.
Right.
So we find out that Geordi LaForge has been fixing up the Enterprise D in his spare time.
Yeah, he's been like he's restored it, right? For the
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the crew is back on the Enterprise D and they go fight the Borg and kick the Borg's ass.
Yeah.
And save the day all over again.
Yeah.
And it was fucking awesome, man.
It was great. It was just good. It was so much fun. So much fun to see them just go. And then Data, they got Data back.
Yeah.
Which was really my favorite part of it, because I love Data, dude. Data was a great character. And yeah.
And like I said that like in chats and stuff, like the Amanda Plummer and fucking Brent Spiner both deserve Emmys.
He is incredible, by the way. He's played so many different characters, different versions of Soon, different versions of Data.
Yeah,
it's incredible. And you might say, well, he plays the same character. No, that's the trick. They're not the same character. They all have to be very different. And he does
very specific visually. What he has different cues for each character.
Yeah, and he's really good at it.
He played them all in the like all of the ones that were relevant in this series in one episode, and it was
absolutely
like, what?
He's phenomenal, man. He's just I've always felt he was an underrated actor anyway. But he just,
and like people don't realize how funny he was because nobody ever saw like what he did on Night Court.
Right, exactly. He was, he could make a special, just make an appearance and steal the show. That's how good he was. So it was, I like this character in Independence Day. He played like this wacky scientist doctor that they kept him in Area 51 below ground. So he didn't get out much.
Yeah.
So he's kind of cuckoo, man.
But
very fun though.
He had like that Freddy versus Jason Freddy moment where like Freddy was like, "I've got this, bitch." That was Data.
Yeah.
Trust me, Geordi.
It was pretty good. had his little battle, his internal Data had the internal battle with his brother Lore. They're fighting over control of the body, right? And that was so cool.
And like, it was just so, oh man. And like one of the criticisms of Picard has been that people feel that it hasn't touched the same issues that people feel that Star Trek needs to be great.
Right.
Like, the 60s tackled a lot of racism, a lot of
Yeah.
sexism, a lot of shit
Yeah.
like that.
Well, Next Generation did too.
Next
It was-
Generation did too. A
Yeah.
lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
There was Next Generation had some real cringeworthy racial shit too.
Well,
Yeah,
it did.
but
There were some episodes that were really,
Yeah.
you're like, God damn,
there's a podcast that talks about Star Trek called the Shuttle Podcast, and it's run by oh man, the guys from Enterprise. I know the one guy's name is Dominic Keating. He played Malcolm Reed, and the other guy played Trip. I think his name's Connor Trenier.
I remember
And they
Trip.
talked to all the Star Trek actors, and they had Michael Dorn on, and it was an awesome episode. And Michael Dorn talked about like this episode where they had like an entire planet of black people dressed up like fucking crazy Egyptian like genie shit.
Yeah,
and like they were all lusting after Tasha Yar. It was nuts.
It was great. They were there. They were there to try to make a deal with them because they had a medicine that they needed to get from them.
Yeah,
to help cure like diseases and shit on other planets. And they're trying to make a deal with them and to get them to a treaty.
He might as well have been like, "I'll take your white woman for the medicine, boys."
Yeah, pretty much. That's what the deal was. He was like, basically, he wanted to trade to take her, and Tasha had to fight his current girl, his current wife, and they had to fight for dominance and shit. And it was a crazy battle too, man. Tasha's a badass. But that's a crazy episode, man. That's an insane one. It's very cringy as well. It was, especially nowadays. You're like, oh my god,
Now I'm guessing, like me, you really like Picard, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
For season 3. Yeah,
season 3 was my favorite season. I liked it all. I liked it overall. It was really good.
Now, have you watched Strange New Worlds?
I have not yet. I need to start that. I want to start that and watch it.
Now that is awesome too, in a completely different way. Whereas like Picard was like these overarching stories.
Right.
Like Strange New Worlds had like a story going on in the background throughout the entire season that culminates in the end, right?
Okay.
But each episode, like, it's like old Star Trek, like in the 60s, where like you could watch like skip like 5 weeks and watch the next one and be okay.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it would. Man, and the
Strange New World, that's got Captain Pike in it, right?
Yeah, Anson Mount plays Captain Pike, and he's freaking amazing.
Captain Pike as a character, I've always thought was cool as shit. I thought Captain Pike.
I never thought he was cool until Discovery. Where they added that tragic, tinge to his backstory that he knows exactly in his future when he's gonna get blown up and look like fucking silly putty for the rest of his life.
Yep.
So like all he's trying to do is just like do what he can to like be the best and do the best while he has that time.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat, man. I don't know. I just thought he was like
Ethan Peck is Spock.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that Zachary Quinto did a bad job as Spock.
No, he was all right. He was okay. I don't hate on his.
But Ethan Peck,
I think he's a better Spock than Zachary.
Yes!
Yeah, I do. I think he's better. He was really good. I love the connection they made with you in Discovery.
Mm-hmm. With
finding out that Michael is actually was raised by. I mean that was pretty
Tarek
nuts.
Yeah,
that's pretty insane. A human being, first of all, being raised with like on Vulcan with a
half
Basically being
Vulcan, half human
yeah,
boy.
and
Yeah,
being a human having to try to keep up with Vulcans is insane to me.
yeah.
I mean, God, she must have been up above the. I mean, really high level, man, to even
Now,
be able to keep up. You
a
know,
lot of people shit on Discovery too.
see, I like Discovery. I think Discovery's
I
great.
did too. I thought
Um,
I can't wait for season 5. I'm sorry that it's ending there.
yeah. Well,
I just hope that like it goes out on a good
me too.
bang.
Star Trek shows always usually do a they'll do a they're going to run 5 to 7 years typically. A lot of them have
Yeah.
that kind of run in them. Um,
Well, the only one that didn't go 7 years was Enterprise.
that's right. Enterprise didn't quite go. It went 5, right? You know, most of them most of them ran 7 years. All right. That's you know.
Can you? I tried to go back and watch Enterprise, and it was impossible.
I don't know what is. What I would imagine it's on.
No, I mean, watching it. Like
okay.
trying to fucking slog through that show
okay.
was fucking
It's a hard
impossible.
and well, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna make an. I wasn't a big fan of Enterprise, and I liked Enterprise.
I wasn't a big fan of Voyager either.
You know, I liked Voyager. After it took a while, it grew on
you
me.
liked Voyager once 7 and 9 got on there.
That's when I liked it.
Suit.
Yeah, once 7 and 9 of 9 started coming on, and you know, it got more interesting to me. Plus, Jerry Ryan was fucking smoking hot.
Yeah,
she was.
I will argue that on Enterprise though, Jolene Blaylock was the hottest chick they ever had on Star Trek.
Really, really was very. Jesus
Not
Christ.
counting the movie.
Yeah. I like fucking Carlito anyway. Sorry.
But like, so I feel personally that like Star Trek is on and up.
I do too. I kind of feel like they've got a lot going on, and
they have this rumored series that the showrunner Picard is supposed to be picking up called Star Trek Legacy.
Now, see, that's what I heard too. I heard two names, Legacy, and I heard a New Generation.
Yeah,
being thrown out, but I heard both names being thrown out for it. But I think they set it up.
Yeah,
perfectly
they set it up
at the end
really
of Picard.
well. Yep.
So it's there. It's just definitely there. You know, for them to do it. And
Brian Brink is in the house. Yes, Blaylock was the Vulcan.
Yeah,
the fucking one that was like the Vulcan spy in the beginning and shit. Whew, she was beautiful to Paul.
Yeah.
But like to bring it in, like, so because we've been going for almost an hour now, I was figuring about opening this up, and I figured it'd be a cool topic for everybody to talk about.
Sure.
Star Wars, I don't think their fans feel the same way.
Well, I
am a fan of both franchises.
Me too.
But like in this discussion, like I have to take the Star Trek side because most people are more Star Wars fans, and you know, either don't like Trek or aren't as fluent in Trek.
I've always been more of a Star Trek fan than a Star Wars fan.
Right.
So that's not to say I don't like Star Wars. I like Star Wars. It's just I just like Star Trek better because I've always felt like Star Trek was more based in reality than Star Wars was. Star Wars is a lot more, and I don't know, it's all fantasy. I get it, but I'm just saying there is shit in Star Trek that's you know, and that's legit, you know, and that could be like legit technology, and you know, and with Star Wars, I know people say, what about the TIE fighter, the twin ion engine? I know, but
I just threw the link. I just threw the link into the chat, but like where I want to go with this is like, I don't think that people feel positive about Star Wars, and I think that it's been a long time since people have felt as positive about Star Trek.
I
Star
think you're
Wars
right.
has better toys. That's why it gets more of the convo in our circles.
Well, let's be honest. There has been a gap. There was a gap with Star Trek for good television content for Star Trek, and we had the movies, and they were okay. I mean, they were fine. You know, they were good. But where Star Trek really shines is on TV. The television shows were the best
Long
thing.
form storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. And they were that was the that was what was best. And we had like this big like a lot of years with nothing. And now recently we've gotten like a lot of good programming television wise on it, and it's like hell yeah, man. They're kicking ass and they're doing good stuff. And I like that they're doing stuff that's not it has connections to each other, but it doesn't have to have connections to each other. Like Discovery really is kind of off
Its
on
own animal.
it's its own
now.
animal. Yeah, it's
Like
own
it
storyline.
planted the seeds for everything else that they're doing now.
Exactly.
But then like it pivoted and went and did its own thing.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. And and then you got you got Picard that I felt like was it to me Picard felt like in Next Generation extended,
Yeah.
but it just didn't you just didn't have all of the characters until season 3. You had some of them popping up here and there, but
like Picard season 1 and season 2 were definitely about Picard.
Absolutely. Much more centered around him.
Right.
Yep.
Now, season 3 of Picard is definitely about Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh,
but
no,
it's
it is
also about everybody else.
Sure. It's absolutely. It's about that family, that crew, that no matter how many years it's been since they've seen each other or they've been around each other on a daily basis, they still have this connection with each other, and it's and all of them, and even you get Geordie LaForge, who's got 2 daughters.
Oh,
one of which
did you catch the cool thing about that?
One of which serves on the Titan and the other one works with him at the museum.
Did you catch the cool thing about their names?
Yeah.
Their names are the same names of the daughters he had in the finale episode of Next Gen.
Yeah.
And the one in the yellow engineer's gear was actually LeVar Burton's daughter.
Yeah, his like real daughter, right? Okay, okay.
And she is a fucking riot. She does the Critical Role thing where they play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
They do a live play like that. And she's been on it. She's been on them a few times, and she is just a delight to watch.
Nice. It's fucking cool, dude. Shit.
So we've been saying about like how we like these things in Star Trek, but like
right.
How much of the new Star Wars are people actually liking?
And that's what I mean. I feel like we haven't had any movies. So Nick, I think we lost Nick. Anyway, I got no one to talk to. Hi guys. I would say I would say we don't. Yeah, there you're back. Okay, good. I would say that movie wise, we've had this gap between movies, but I don't know too many people that have good things to say about the sequel trilogy. Let's put it that way. I don't know too many, or that can say they loved all the movies.
I will argue that 7 is a good movie.
Okay. I don't. I mean, yeah, I think that one was probably the most stable one.
Yeah.
Of the 3, I feel it was.
It was an obvious retelling of A New Hope.
It was, but it still got the feels, and it was nice, and they introduced these cool characters. And I thought I loved Ray. I thought Ray was great. Ray didn't start bothering me until a little bit later, Right, and it wasn't even Ray. It's not even the character's fault. It's the writing. I feel like
episode 8 comes along.
Yeah, and I feel like they kind of
shit the bed.
I don't know, man. There's things that they did that kind of abuse. They sort of abused the whole idea of the hard work it's supposed to take to become a Jedi.
But here's the thing: you can't have an entire movie that's an intermission in a trilogy.
Right, exactly. But that's what they did.
And that's exactly what they did. And
Yes.
then they had like a fucking epilogue to a second movie in a trilogy that like basically is either an end or a beginning to something else that's never going to be realized now
Yeah.
because Ryan Johnson is fucking gone.
That's weird, dude.
And like the whole fucking animals and the casino planet, it's like, what the fuck are you trying to
Yeah.
proselytize?
The only thing
Whatever
I
the
could,
fuck that word
the
is.
only thing I could think of with that, because to me, you could have to me that shit was so irrelevant. By the way,
Yeah.
you could have taken that stuff out of the movie, and it wouldn't have done it. It wouldn't have affected anything for me. I mean, that's how irrelevant that trip to there. Oh, I know they had to go get this code breaker or whatever. Whatever. That was so dumb. It was like
It feels
sending them
like,
on a.
it feels like if you took a mishmash of highlights of fucking episodes 7 and 8 and
Yeah,
made like an hour animated like feature out of it
yeah,
and had that as the prequel to episode 9, that's all it needed.
yes, and I agree with that. I think
Because like there's no reason for these new characters.
a lot of them, there's like, hey, there's a new character. Woohoo!
There's
Waste
no
away.
reason and like and like you fucking kill the entire mystery of this franchise that you start in the first movie
Yeah,
for
I
absolutely
agree.
no reason.
I just think it was. I just think Disney had people that just didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I'm telling you, I don't know if they know what the fuck they were doing.
I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
so much panic. Like they had to get J.J. Abrams back. It's like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they overreacted to any kind of negative press that they heard or any kind of any kind of bitching from the fans. Look, you're always going to hear bitching from the fans. You can make the best fucking movie out there, and you're always going to have a fans that are going to be bitching about something about your movie, always. But if you have a true
But like,
direction, I stay with you. I
but
think you
like,
stay with your direction. And
but like, I think that the opinion on Discovery for Star Trek
yeah,
is pretty split down the middle.
probably I would say that
Okay.
because I know a lot of people that don't like it. I do.
Right.
Anyway,
But I think the opinion on the new trilogy for fucking Star Wars
yeah.
is fucking overwhelmingly negative.
It feels like it. It feels like it to me. I mean, I feel like when people are talking about it, they're trying hard to justify it by basically trying to pick out good things about it
Mhm.
instead of saying it's overall good and picking out a couple of bad things they did. They did it.
And by the way, I put the link out into the chats, so
okay.
the link is there.
Yeah, if y'all want to hop in, let's hop in. Come on.
Yeah.
But I do feel like one like you got Star Trek is starting to come back on the rise again, and
Yeah.
even Star Wars is now Star Wars has some good content on that they're having on Disney Plus. I give them that, but
Right.
it's not. But even that content is kind of, you know what I mean. Left like some people
Right.
like
But
it, some
it's
people
like
don't.
for every hit they have, there's a big miss.
Yeah, they can't have they can't do that continuous hit. You know. I have a theory on something though. I believe that the reason why people are not enjoying Star Wars as much anymore is because we're getting too much of it. I really do. I think there was a time when we didn't get it for so long. We wouldn't get Star Wars stuff. I
So you
mean,
feel there's an oversaturation of Star Wars?
I do, and I feel like now that there's an oversaturation of it, there's more of it. There's more of it to just pick apart, and there's people that are just it brings out the haters more. Whereas when you didn't have as much of it, even when the haters would come out, they'd get bounced.
Yeah.
Because you loved it because you didn't know when you were going to get another movie, or you didn't know when you were going to get another 3 movies or whatever. You didn't know, so
Yeah.
it was like even the prequels. I love the prequels. Okay, I love them. I still love them. I remember people used to kill those movies, but you know what? Those movies are a lot more loved now than they were like maybe even 10 years ago. Okay, people
Do
have a
you
lot
see
have a lot
that
more love.
happening? Do you see that happening with this trilogy?
See, I don't. I don't. I don't think this trilogy is going to get that same love. I think it's going to get when we
Like,
look back on it in 10 years, and we're I mean we're about at that 10 year mark, aren't we? We're getting close. So we look back on let's say 20 years. When we
yeah,
look back on it in 20 years, I think we're going to look back on more of the shit we didn't like
yeah.
about it. I really do. I don't know.
And then like we're going to be getting now a new movie where Rey is going to be starting a new Jedi Order.
Well, I kind of always the
And
way
no
they ended it.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, but the way they ended it, where I always imagined, and they also teased you with the little kid at the end of the second movie
Yeah.
using the force to grab the broom or whatever, whatever, or his stick, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you felt like that this the
Oh,
natural
hey, what's
progression,
up, Lowry?
the natural progression. Hey, Jason, what's up, Bubba? So the natural progression of it to me was to have Ray start become a master, and she's gonna start teaching other force sensitive people, and they're gonna try to find it. But it makes sense. That's the but
Like, and that's the thing. Like, we're never gonna find out what the fuck was up with that kid, and that fucking pisses me off. I'm that OCD that I'm never gonna find out what that broom wielding motherfucking kid was all about, and it pisses me the fuck off.
yeah, because I'm sure that kid's they're not gonna have that kid back, right? I
that
feel
poor,
like
that poor kid's gonna get the Jake Lloyd treatment.
yeah.
That poor kid is gonna be fucking hounded and fucking teased and bullied half to suicide.
That's
Because that's fucking what happened to that poor Jake Lloyd kid that played Anakin.
that's terrible, dude. He was well. I don't necessarily blame the kid. I blamed that. I blamed the directing, and I just feel like they made that kid look
Fucking
like a
George
real
Lucas
brat.
in Phantom Menace ruined 2 careers.
Yeah, well,
Fucking
that,
I'm at best as Jar Jar and Jake Lloyd as Anakin.
yeah, he got to come back though and do a
Yeah,
bit
so
on
where's
do
Jake
the
Lloyd's fucking redemption, people?
yeah.
Let that poor man fucking eat.
I I feel like they're what I want to know what they're gonna do with like Finn. Are we gonna is Finn? Are we gonna find out that she trained Finn and Finn was force sensitive? And because I feel like I feel
wasn't
like
Finn force sensitive?
I feel like I think that's what he was trying to tell her. Is that he's noticed that he has some abilities
Yeah.
with the force. I think that's what he was going to do because, like I said, in those movies, I feel like they're like you're force sensitive, you're force sensitive, hey, you're force sensitive too. I mean,
Here you go. Here's a force sensitive. There's a force sensitive. There.
yeah, yeah. It's like Dr. Pepper. I'm a pepper. He's a pepper. He's a pepper. What's like to be a pepper too? Come on, I mean, it's you might as well just have everybody do it, So,
But like,
um, I don't know,
I
man.
just feel like there's so many misses with Star Wars right now. Like they're not serving their fan base.
No, there. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to say that. Like, I feel like movie wise, there's been misses. And TV show wise, because I think the Book of Boba Fett should have been way better than it was.
Jason said he just got back from Bethany's school ceremony. Even though she didn't get the top nomination, she had a good time. She got a lot of praise for being at this school for only a year. Fuck yeah.
That's good. That's a good deal, man.
Shit.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah. School time, man. That's when Bethany's busy as shit too. But I feel like with the TV shows though on Disney Plus, I feel like we've had some like Andor is great.
I have to watch that still.
I like it. But I like the
and I
characters.
haven't watched any of the animated stuff.
Yeah, and the end. Oh, I watched the whole new season of Visions.
Uh-huh.
The little animated shorts, dude, they're all great, man. I love the crazy animations, the styles that they do on them too. I was so into that crazy shit. I love it. I loved all the little stories they did. They were wonderful.
But like when you look at everything, dude, like Solo's a mess.
Yeah, Solo,
and that's like, dude, That's Han Solo, man. That's
They
like,
I feel like they had a chance really with that movie to give us and they don't get me wrong, they gave us some background on Han Solo in that movie. They did, but I meant they had a chance to really
but like
explain to us,
it
you
felt
know.
like that movie could have had any of the Han Solo clones in fucking sci-fi in that movie, and it would have
Yeah,
been the same fucking thing.
yeah, yeah. I do. I just feel like they didn't attach it to Han Solo enough.
Yeah,
Like I
that
know.
could have been Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly.
Yeah, no, true. You're right. It could have been.
You know,
They didn't actually make it like okay, this is the backstory for it, and
yeah,
make something other than Chewie,
yeah.
other than Chewie be showing up. That's the only thing that
But like,
connected me with Han
yeah,
Solo. But even then, it's kind of like I wish they would have shown more of why Han Solo has the personality that he has as an older guy versus this like smart ass young dude in the solo movie. I felt like he was, I mean, it just what Woody Harrelson's character was my favorite character in that movie. I liked him a lot. So I don't know, and he's not even a star. He's not even supposed to be the main character, and I liked him better than Han Solo kid.
yeah.
But it's.
But
I
it's
just
like,
think
how do you fuck up a Han Solo movie?
they found a way because I did not
And how do you
really
look at
enjoy
that
it that
movie and
much.
think that that's a fucking tentpole movie for your franchise?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I will say this: that movie also maybe gets a lot more heat because of the movie. It came out 6 months after another movie, and the movie it came out after till was taking heat like a motherfucker at the time. And I think everyone was pissed off at Star Wars, and they were taking it out on any Star Wars. Any Star Wars content that came out was going to
Dude,
get,
I thought Rogue One was pretty much universally
you know,
loved.
like even I have to admit about Rogue One, I didn't. No,
Was that the movie you were talking about, or was it
no,
nine?
no. It was episode
8?
8. I think it was episode 8. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's the one
Yeah.
that came out before. Remember we were getting
God
like
damn. So yeah, that's how you kill a franchise is go episode 8 and fucking
yeah,
Han Solo.
right. I feel like we did too much. The movies were too close to each other for one. They kind of gave us weight. You got to be cool with Star Wars. You got to give us time to kind of digest what we saw and give us some
I
time in
know,
between.
but like
You can.
Russ, they have these characters.
Mm-hmm.
These characters that are iconic.
Yeah,
And these characters should be a home run no matter when they touch the screen and how they touch the
they should be. But again, bad writing can ruin a really good character. It just can't. You can have a character that's been written really well for years, and all it takes is one writer to come along and shit on the character. You know this with comic books. Come on, we've seen some comic books where there's a character that's been written really well. I know, but in this particular fucking comic book, the writer just doesn't get it. He's not. He's just fucking this character up. And it's happened. It happens. It happens with all of them. And I hate it because Star Wars. It's some of these characters you take kind of like I probably people take possession of them. And everyone has their favorite, Like I'm a big fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of like my favorite Jedi. I really liked him a lot. And when they did the Obi-Wan series, there were some things I liked, but there were some things I didn't like in it too. But overall I liked it. But I felt like there were some things that drove me crazy, and and I think it bothered me because Obi-Wan's one of my favorites, and I'm gonna be pickier about it.
For me, just like I can YouTube what I want from Obi-Wan really easily. And it's just it's just the two Vader confrontations.
That's pretty much it, right?
That's all I want from it.
I watched Revenge of the Sith the other night. It was just on TV, and I watched it, and my favorite part of Revenge of the Sith is the big duel with Obi-Wan and Anakin at the end.
Yeah.
I love that. To this day, I think it's one of the coolest lightsaber fights I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Of all the lightsaber duels they've had throughout Star Wars content, books, everything, that one was neat as shit, dude. I mean,
Yeah, it
it
hit
was
different.
crazy. It was fun. All the, especially when they're he's riding on what the fucking droid. They're over top
I
of
think
a fucking
I
lava
think
river. I
that
mean, goddamn.
I think I think the thing about that Obi-Wan Anakin fight in Sith was that up to that point,
Hmm.
that was the best lightsaber fight we saw, whether it was animated or live action.
I would agree.
And now that we have seen, like, there are some
Yeah,
fucking animated
yeah.
lightsaber fights that are better than
Uh-huh.
what we've gotten in live action.
I
And
agree.
I feel
Yep.
in Sith that was the last time that live action was as good as what we've gotten in animation.
I think you're right. Where it was, where it can still be one of the more memorable ones. I mean, I would agree with you. My favorite lightsaber fights, if I was to rank them,
Mhm.
the guarantee there's two in particular that are animated,
Yeah.
that are up the top. I mean, right away. That's
My top 3 are animated.
so. I could see that too. It's easily, you could easily do that, and
And I
then,
haven't seen, like, with fucking what he's saying, Ahsoka and Maul. I haven't even seen that one.
wow, that's up there for me, big
So
time. That was a really good
my
lightsaber
top
battle.
3 my top 3 are Maul and Obi-Wan and Rebels. I think that's like that's my favorite lightsaber battle of all time.
Well, I think the problem I had with that one is I didn't think it lasted long enough. But then again,
I thought it lasted how long it needed to last, man. I thought it showed, like, the complete evolution of Obi-Wan in that moment.
yeah,
And it was like an old samurai duel, man, like a real one, where, like, that's all it took was that one fucking, slice.
I'll
If
tell
you
you
watch,
this.
like, the old, like, samurai duel movies, like the Musashi,
Yeah.
Miyamoto Musashi movies, the Kurosawa stuff that echoed like the old Legends of the Five Rings and shit.
Right, where the lightsaber battles weren't necessarily, where the sword fights weren't long, but they were really, you could see. You had a couple go.
That's also a way to look at it too. I thought that it was Maul giving up right there too.
Well, yeah, yes, and probably because I feel like Maul had kind of lost his will.
Yeah,
a bit.
I mean, look at where he was coming from. He just escaped.
But also keep this in mind that battle clearly, that fight clearly takes place after the events of the Obi-Wan show, right?
Yeah.
Well, Obi-Wan, I feel like during that Obi-Wan show, his big battle with Vader, I feel like he gets his mojo back, man. I feel like he got his mojo back. Yeah, I feel like Obi-Wan was, he evolved again. Became it's the Super Saiyan.
So my second is Sidious versus Maul and Opress.
The fucking insane fight, dude. That's the battle. That's the lightsaber battle that made me really get some respect for Sidious. It really was. I would dismiss him bigger than shit as any kind of really, really good Sith Lord. I mean, they got him. Fuck him. He never even see him use a lightsaber. Hardly. And then, man, they had that battle. Holy shit! I was like, he's a badass. God damn. It changed my feeling on the character. It really did.
Yeah, Gort's right. They just posted that Hot Toys. I'm really think that might be my first Hot Toys.
Oh, which one? What did they post?
That fucking Palpatine from, I think, episode like 2 maybe or some shit. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's dope looking. Whatever it is.
That's crazy, dude.
But
he was really good.
And then my third one is Palpatine versus fucking Anakin and Yoda. That running lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
That was fucking insane.
It's
Like
crazy.
he fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, those two fucking coming on to your ass, and you can fucking survive and get away. Yeah.
Yeah, you can well, yeah, he was running. That's the important thing. He was running.
Yeah.
But but he was running because he would have gotten killed if he hadn't run. So he needed
Right.
to run. Those are two really skilled duelists. So you have to run from them. You have to get away. And it's impressive that he did enough to escape.
In a minute.
You gotta love that. I dig that. I can see that. That's pretty good. Those are pretty good ones.
So here's Ease. He says Ahsoka versus Maul.
Really, really good fight. Really good battle. That's
Sidious versus Maul and Savage.
Yep, another really good one.
And Vader versus Ahsoka and Rebels, and that's a really good one too.
Well, you know what? Yeah. See that one. I like that one.
He's saying they used motion capture for Ahsoka versus Maul.
They did, and that one.
I'm gonna fucking YouTube it tonight.
It was animated, but it came across to me almost like it was live action. It felt that good to me. I really liked it. I watched it multiple times. I kept rewinding it and watching it again, or rewinding it. Playing to go back and watch it. It was just so incredible. The way they did the angles and how they did angling and the way they I know it's animated, so it's not really a camera.
Yeah.
But imagine the view you're seeing it from. It's just the way it changes. It was really cool. They did a good job on it. I can see why everyone likes that one. That's a sick fucking lightsaber battle. I still like one. I still like some of the live action ones though. I enjoyed the I enjoyed the fight between Dooku when the first Dooku fights Anakin and Obi-Wan. He dispatches the both of them pretty quick, and then I love the boss pull from Yoda, and I dug Yoda jumping around like a little nut.
Yeah,
using that fucking Ataru style and shit. I think it's Form 4. I think it's Haru. Yeah, it's insane, dude. It's nuts. He was just crazy, but it was just. I'm fun
interested in these new Sith in
Ahsoka
that we got coming.
Well, I mean, are they Sith or are they supposed to be like Dark Jedi?
I don't know, but like the
I don't know. I'm hard to tell. I kind of
and like the thing is like whoever it was, one of the producers said yes, they're supposed to be red, even though like the lightsabers look orange as fuck.
Well,
and they're like, oh well, it's gonna be explained, and I'm like, oh great.
I don't know, orange, red.
That's what Star Wars is really good at, explaining things. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's tough for them. I think color wise because it comes off. It doesn't come out right. Instead of them just saying,
they're orange, but
they are red. Orange. Okay, they're orange, but they're red.
Yeah,
whatever. Fuck does that mean? I mean, look, a red lightsaber is typically a Sith thing because they bleed. They bleed the crystal. They turn it red, right? Get that right? But I watched a video.
Shit was like I like the old shit where it was a synthetic crystal and it was more powerful than
see to me that was a little that was easier to explain.
Kyber crystal.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like that explained it better. I did. I just felt that was a cleaner explanation. You know what I mean?
Oh, so Gort says it's the orange core versus white. Mood sabers.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I'm wondering is there a okay? With the Sith, it's their passion, their and everything. They're like, they're want for the power that bleeds it red. But maybe it's a Dark Jedi and they bleed. They bleed it. It doesn't go completely red because Dark Jedi typically they're not in it for they're totally in it for just power. There's no, it's no. They're all, and they don't care for
Maybe
Sith
they
either.
just bleeded a little bit.
Yeah, but they don't like Sith. I mean, they're not necessarily Sith. They don't care for them. Dark Jedi are just into whatever they can learn to do with the Force, and utilizing it. The powers. That's all they're into. So it's interesting. Is there's a Dark Jedi that in one of in the books with I'm trying to remember which book it was. It's tough for me to remember so many of them. um, Bane. It was the Darth Bane
Hmm.
trilogy books that they had out. Now none of this is canon, obviously, because it's books, but but when Darth Xana, who was Bane's apprentice, decided that she was going to finally challenge Bane, she took on a new apprentice on was taking on a new apprentice herself, and at first it was this dark he was this dark Jedi that she met. And she came across him, and she said, "Hey, you're gonna be my apprentice." They fought together and everything, and she thought he was, okay, I'll take you as my apprentice. And he was all right, he was okay, but you know what ends up happening is she ends up Bane replace her with a new apprentice, and after they fight and she kills Bane off, she takes Bane's apprentice.
Yeah.
So you know, so it's just weird. I don't know. But Dark Jedi that was the first time I'd ever come across the whole Dark Jedi thing was in that book. I never knew about Dark Jedi, and I was like, what the fuck is a Dark Jedi? Yeah. But I
Like,
wonder if that's what these guys are in the Ahsoka show. So
can we honestly say that it's not a mistake to hitch the future of Star Wars on the Ray train?
well, I don't know. It's really, really weird with Ray though, because Ray, for what Disney wants to do with it, Ray is perfect for them.
Yeah.
Because they want a character that the little girls can be into, and that's what they want, because they want to make her another Disney princess. Yay, right.
Yeah.
I feel that's what it's about. It's about a lot of Disney's business is little girls that love all the Disney princesses and stuff. That's their big thing, and they like that. And Ray fits the bill. She's a heroic female that
Mm-hmm.
they want to, and they want to make, and they're going to make her a badass, obviously. And I don't know if there's going to be more movies with her. If this going to be the start of another 3-movie set, I don't know, but um, I don't know, I hate to make it about sex, but I got to tell you now, my kids, there's a huge difference. Like, my daughter likes Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Her only problem with Ray is she felt like they were disrespected the character by having to power her up too fast, instead of letting her power up a little bit, like learn a little bit slower and make her take her time. She said she felt like because she's a girl, they had to power her up fast to make her.
Yeah, they sped
Yeah,
run her.
that's what they did, and Rhea hated that. She didn't like that, but she liked the character. She likes Ray as a character. My son, he's not a fan of Ray at all. What's it? I can't remember the term he called her. A Mary Sue. That's what he
Yeah.
called her. And he's just not. It's same thing with My son doesn't like Captain Marvel. That Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah.
He fucking hates that Captain Marvel movie. One is he doesn't like Brie Larson either. But just the character, and he felt like they OP'd the shit out of her. And I told him, I said, in the comics though, she was pretty fucking powerful, dude, in their defense on that. And he said, yeah. I said, but man, he said, come on, Dad. He said, they had to make the girl be able to kick everyone's ass. And he said he just didn't, and he wasn't cool with that. And so I see two different opinions, one from a male, one from a female, about a character, and I can see the and I wonder I don't know if it plays out like that all the time, but
Mhm.
I could see boys not really appreciating Ray
Yeah.
as much as girls do. I can see that. Um, but I don't know. I'm sure there's, and I'm generalizing when I say that. Obviously, there are some boys that like Ray. I'm sure, and there's
Yeah.
some, whatever. But it, I think it's weird they're going to make her the center point of she's going to be the new, of Disney Star Wars, I guess. Disney's new Star
Right.
Wars. She's going to be the center of it. Weird.
Like I think that you see that trilogy and you see what happened there and you see the the whatever the fuck it's called, like the feedback,
Yeah.
the negative feedback about, what's going on. Why do you stay the course?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, isn't it? I mean, it's almost like they're like helping determine they're gonna beat us over the head with this, no matter what. They're gonna shove it down our fucking throat. You're gonna like it, goddammit, because I'm Kathleen Kennedy, and I see you're gonna like
right
it.
because all three of those movies made $1 billion, didn't they?
I think they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. All of them did really well, and that's probably why, because they must have been loved because they made lots of money. Yeah. As EE pointed out to me a long time ago, just because a movie makes a lot of money doesn't mean it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And I the way I judge a good movie is by how many times people will go see it. If a movie's good, you're going to go back and see it multiple times. That's usually how movies make $1 billion, is they get multiple viewings from people. People spend their money multiple times. And if a movie's good, it usually gets that, and it's gonna. But I've been proven wrong, because a lot of people have told me this, and he told me that they know plenty of bad movies that made lots of money.
Yeah, I mean, you look up and down that list. I mean, especially if you look at the list that isn't adjusted by gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I think
so. That is just the the movies that Avatar 2 made $2 billion, but Gone with the Wind only made 100 million back then. But when you scale up for inflation, it's made like
I think Gone with the Wind,
5 billion or something.
Yeah, I think Gone with the Wind, if you adjust for inflation, I think Gone with the Wind would be the all-time leading.
I think it is.
I think it is. So,
yeah.
I think I'd heard that once before.
Like that list is a lot more indicative of quality to me.
Probably,
but at the same time, like I don't think The Godfather is on either one of those lists like very high.
Right, which was The Godfather, wonderful movie. It's amazing, But you're probably right. I tend to think really good movies are the ones that. I'm not saying that they're box office flops or not a lot of times, but a lot of really, really good movies they're not going to make the $1 billion typically, because I don't know if people know how. I think people are programmed to like certain things in a movie, and most bad movies have those certain things in them. I mean, I just feel that way. I think, like Star Wars movies, I really think it's a simple. Most Star Wars fans, especially the kids, it's real simple. You throw a couple things in there, and you got them. They're gonna love it.
What movies did you used to like that now you're embarrassed to say you like?
Oh God. Geez, let me think.
So I guess it's Gort looked it up. He says Gone with the Wind is 1.8 billion adjusted for inflation. So it's not like the best.
So it's not okay. I know it's up
not
there.
The best selling of all time, but it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty up there.
It might be
Avatar's the leader. I think
it might be the
3.
It might be the Bill and Ted movies to start out. I really liked those stupid movies when I was.
Yeah, but like that's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I don't know.
I'm talking about. I used to be a hardcore Steven Seagal fucking action movie fan.
Okay, I was. Okay, not Seagal for me. It was Jean-Claude Van Damme. I used to like Jean-Claude, and there's a movie he did called Double Impact.
Where
he plays the twin brothers. Yeah, I really liked that movie when I was a kid. I look at it now and I go, God, this is shit. Yeah.
And Steven Seagal changed his race every movie. It
Yeah.
was great. He was some race or some sub race of something that was interesting to him at that time. Like I think he
Yeah.
used to meet people in the restaurant and be like, "I'm going to be you in a movie."
Steven Seagal was.
Dude, he was Italian. He was Native American up in
That's
Alaska.
true. Yeah.
He was a hillbilly that was from Georgia.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah.
he was just,
I don't know what he was in Hard to Kill.
oh Jesus.
Just a white guy, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, no, Hard to Kill, was that the one where it was Gino?
That's one where he's a cop. The cop that ends up
Well, that doesn't fucking
then-
help. He's a
well, the
cop
one-
and everything.
Sorry, I'm getting there. Hang on. It's the cop that ended up in a coma for like a bunch of years.
Oh, Hard to Kill.
And-
That's the
yeah.
one with his wife at the time,
Mhm.
Kelly LeBrock.
That's it. The chick from Weird Science. Yeah.
Dude,
Yep.
he was
Yeah.
Italian in that, wasn't he?
Was he?
Because of the Catholic Church.
Okay. I guess he was a time. Okay.
in
I
the
don't.
fucking thing. Yeah.
I didn't remember if it. Yeah.
Or it's all blending together. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Well, a lot of those movies do start to blend together, though. I mean,
Dude, the best.
I mean,
the best is On Deadly Ground.
yeah, I've seen on that. I remember on
Dude,
Deadly
where he
Ground.
does the
Yeah.
slap fight with the guy.
Yeah,
What does it take to change the soul of a man?
it's pretty good.
And then the dude, he's played like bouncers and
So-
shit in mob movies and shit. He's like, I can change. Please give me a chance.
What's the one where he's on a fucking submarine? What's that one?
I don't remember the submarine. I remember the train.
Oh, there's one where I thought there was one where he's like a cook on a naval sub or something.
Yeah,
like that.
no, it's not a sub, man. It's a
or is
fucking.
it a destroyer or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was a sub. Okay, it was a destroyer. All right.
It had nuclear weapons on it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that one's fucking nuts, dude. Under Siege.
Under
is that what it is?
Siege, dude, where he knife fights
Okay.
Tommy Lee Jones on the
that's-
bridge
yes.
of the fucking ship.
Yes. That's it. Yep. That's what I'm thinking of. Yep.
Dude, then there was
Fucking crazy.
a fire down below that had the lady from CSI in it.
Yeah.
Marge
yeah.
Helgenberg, I think her name is, and had fucking Chris Christopherson as the bad guy.
Yep.
And like he didn't barely move in the fucking movie, Chris Christopherson.
You know?
Like it was obvious that the man was in poor health, but Steven Seagal was doing like fucking weird ass blues music at the time, so he decided to give himself some fucking legitimacy. He was gonna have Chris Christopherson in his fucking movie. Like he moved worse than he moved in Blade.
Every Steven Seagal movie, though, you're right. You can equate to something in the movie to something that was going on with him in real life at the time.
And every one of them had a fucking message. And he had a fucking like speech at the end of every fucking movie.
The one good one I'll tell you one that I remember I liked a lot. Was I'm trying to remember, it was I can't remember the name of it. I think it's No Retreat, No Surrender. I think is what it was called.
I've never seen that.
Okay, well, Jean-Claude Van Damme was in it. He plays this really fucking obnoxious badass.
Oh, they did a movie together?
And no, that's not it's not Seagal. No,
Oh, okay.
it's not. It's I can't remember the name of the kid that's the star, but I think he gets trained by Bruce Lee's ghost. Bruce Lee's ghost trains this kid on a fight, right?
I've said
it's
that we
fucking
need to
crazy.
do, like watch-alongs for some of the old Chinese, like the Hong Kong action movies, like the fucking Shaw Brothers shit, like fucking Five Deadly Venoms and Crippled Avengers.
Deadly Venom's great. No, and then I remember I know you've seen Bloodsport. You've seen Bloodsport, right? Okay, I'm not ashamed to like that movie. I'm sorry. To me, if you don't like Bloodsport,
the quality of Van Damme's movies is a lot better overall than Seagal's movies. Like once you get past Under Siege,
although
fucking the one where he's the Italian guy in the neighborhood and Hard to Kill. I mean, those three are the good Seagal movies. After that, it's kind of like
I liked I don't know. I definitely liked Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill was fun.
He used to beat
but
the hell out of that girl, supposedly.
Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah, he was
probably,
married. He was married to her.
He
Yeah,
probably did beat up on her. This guy,
supposedly, allegedly.
I don't know if he did or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. Why not? I mean, he just
And
seems like the kind of
like
guy that would get all.
everyone on SNL like says that he is the worst host of all time.
Oh, I could see that. To me, he was one of those guys who was kind of like uh, like his. I always questioned his talent and level of his talent, and then I like especially as a martial artist and stuff. I always thought he's kind of like that guy that's really playing a martial artist on TV, to me, and he learns a few moves. So he can do a few moves for a scene, a cool little
Dude,
fight,
it's pathetic now. I'll have to show you some fucking videos of him doing fucking demonstrations in Russia now with a fucking he uses a fucking marker to color his hair in because his hairline's receding so much.
Oh my god, it's so terrible what he's turned into. That's sad.
Yeah.
I remember last time I saw him, he was big, dude. He got
yeah, dude, he's huge.
Is he still big? Oh god, it's been a while since I've seen him, but
like he knows
dude.
it too. He tries to wear big flowy shit that
to cover up how big he is.
Yeah. So he looks like a black hole, so you can't tell how big he is.
What's funny about it, Jean-Claude Van Damme has a daughter who is badass. I'm not kidding you. Chick is badass. Can fight for real. She's real big. She's a real athletic chick. I mean, really kick ass. I kept thinking she might be she could be the next big action star. I could see her doing it. And of course her being the daughter of Jean-Claude Van Damme, I thought would carry some cachet with her.
When we finally get along to those watch-alongs, we could do Lady Snowblood too.
Oh, Lady Snowblood! I've never seen that.
Yeah, those ones are pretty cool. Russ, my voice is about to fucking die.
You want to go ahead? You want to go ahead and cut it off and go to hang out?
Yeah, we're 10 minutes till 11 anyway.
Okay.
So we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes anyway.
That's cool.
So,
I won't fall asleep tonight. I promise. I'll jump in tonight.
Yeah. If you could please do the hangout for me, I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Again, my voice is going out. I've got to get some fucking water.
I'll jump in and give E a chance to give me shit about the Eagles. I'm sure he wants to.
Yeah. Fucking Jalen Hurts or whatever his fucking name is. All right, guys. Like I say every week, love y'all. Peace. We're out.
Later, guys.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
That was profound.